Hi, I'm Lynda Hafner, top producing realtor at ERAQ Realty in Central Massachusetts. I'm going to answer a question that I get a lot from first-time home buyers, and that is, when is the best time to buy a home? So let's explore that. If you haven't had a chance to catch some of my other YouTube videos, I hope you will. I go into explaining a lot of the different steps of buying and selling, and it's basically all knowledge for you to use to empower yourself when you are buying and selling so that you feel confident with the choices that you make. I am accepting new clients, so if you are interested and need an agent in Central Mass, please feel free to reach out to me. My number is 508-942-7923, right there. Now let's get on with this. When is the best time to buy? I'm going to break that down into two different parts. First part is going to be for financial considerations. Now, if you're only interested in the financial benefits of buying, let's explore that first. As a buyer agent who has helped a lot of first-time buyers, I would probably say that when interest rates are low, that is ideally your best time to buy. And I'm going to demonstrate on the board behind me, okay? All these beginning factors here are the same, remain the same, okay? $80,000 income, you have $12,000 you're gonna put down, and your debt to income is only $250 a month, which I know is a little low. But this is just for example purposes. Now, the interest rate, if you see here, 3.6% interest rate is gonna get you $338,000 home is what you're going to be able to afford. But if the interest rate goes to 7.1%, what happens? You can only afford a home at $254,000 in the vicinity with some change. So this gives you an example of how much the interest rate will affect what you can and can't do. It's also going to dramatically affect your monthly payment. So I would say that is probably going to be the biggest deciding factor. The second most important factor to consider as far as when is the best time for you to buy as a first-time home buyer is when there's a high inventory of homes available to purchase, because that gives you a huge selection and you know that the prices are not a little inflated. Now, I'll give you an example. Right now, when I'm making this video, we're in a low interest rate market, but we also have a low inventory of homes. And quite honestly, those two tend to go together because when there is a low interest rate, the demand is higher. When the demand is higher, for homes, prices automatically go up. So to get this combination of both of those happening at the exact same time is going to be really difficult. I mean, as soon as the interest rates go down, it just tends to follow that the prices of the homes are going to go up a little bit. So you need to understand that. And could you wait around and try to have this perfect storm come together? Sure, you could, but I mean, this is your life. You want to buy a home, I'm assuming. So as much as for financial purposes, yes, this is a great, perfect storm for you as a first-time home buyer financially, but because it's few and far between, I think we need to make a few compromises along the way. So as much as I would agree that yes, it's great to buy a house when the interest rates are low and when there's a high inventory, in an ideal world, we live in the real world and that situation doesn't always happen. I can tell you when I bought my first house, the interest rate was, I think it was like 8%, because I had very little money down as a first-time home buyer. I needed a gift letter. It was just, the circumstances were terrible, but this is the difference. I was ready to buy a house. And to me, that was way more important than, what the interest rates were and what the inventory was. What mattered is I was emotionally and financially ready to take on buying a house. That was my dream. It was what I wanted. And so I tackled it even with the high interest rate, because I knew that even with a high interest rate, when the interest rates came down again, I could refinance and I could change my payment that way. So that is also another option to consider. So I think really the short answer, is really you need to decide for yourself when the best time is for you to buy. When you have the down payment money, when your job situation is steady, when your debt is lower, when your credit rate is up, when all of those things come together in your life, then deal with the market and know that the market will change and there are adjustments and changes you can make. So, although I personally don't think there's any, perfect time for any one person to buy, it's really a personal decision. It's a decision you need to make. And having an educated, experienced realtor helping you to know the pros and cons, someone who's going to support you and what's best for you, is really going to be your best bet. And that's what I love to do for my people. I want anyone buying a home to feel good about it and not regret it after. And that's really what you want. So you need to think about all of these, decide when the best time is for you. And if you are in need of a realtor, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.